Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now 2nd and 3. Now Daniels. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. Man open, here's Crowder. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2nd down and 8. Here's Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. To throw is Daniels. That's to his running back, complete. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. We're scoreless after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Robinson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Noah Brown from 3 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Here we go.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
13X.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Catch left. Ready. Line.
And now Smith going to change the play. On third down, here's Walker. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Throwing is Smith. Pass incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Now Gino. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Hey, here we go. Hey.
To the air again, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Here's Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To the air goes Daniels. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. An audible here to get a new look.
Drop 50, drop 50. Mustang 19.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep is Jalen Darden. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down. Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Smith. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They snap it to Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th. Smith. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. Daniels looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Daniels going to throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. It's complete to Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of...
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready.
To throw is Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. Still on his feet. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's Daniels. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Throwing now is Geno. Forced out to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now 1st and goal. Walker. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So we'll see the onside kick here right out of the 2-minute warning. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
Robinson is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D. No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Smith's going to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Here's Smith. That'll be caught by Bobo. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Check 59, check 59, cover, cover. There we go,
Smith to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
13 inch. Ready. Come on, shot.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Myers connects on the PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
To throw is Daniels. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10.
Get it. Warriors, 70.
To the air goes Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. That is intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Smith. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew